Hello everyone, Ace here, and today let's talk about the recently released enhanced editions of the original S.T.A.L.K.E.R trilogy, because these re-releases have very quickly gained a notorious reputation. And there are a couple of reasons for this. For a start, these re-releases have had a buggy launch, including visual bugs that makes the game look blurry, which is probably not ideal when the enhanced editions are essentially HD remasters, and improved visuals should be one of the strong points. So yeah, the whole point of having an HD remaster is dead on arrival, very specifically because of this bug. But hey, at least that is an issue that can and will be patched out. There is, however, a far more serious issue with these enhanced editions, and that issue happens to be censorship, which has come in two pretty egregious forms. First of all, the games have completely removed all references to the Soviet Union. Considering that the games take place in and around Chernobyl, a location that has remained relatively untouched by human interaction since it was evacuated in the middle of the Cold War, as in when the Soviet Union was still very much in control of the region, the magical Stalin-like disappearance of all references to the Soviet Union is quite the glaring omission. But it gets even worse when you realize that the developers, by censoring out all references to the USSR, have accidentally done the communists a bit of a favor by inadvertently disassociating the Chernobyl disaster with the consequences of communism. If anything, if these developers were truly against communism, they would have explicitly made sure to keep all of that iconography in as a way of hammering the point home that the Chernobyl disaster was caused by communism. So that is the first example of censorship of note. The second example is the removal of Russian voice lines from the game. So if you happen to speak Russian, like for example a third of the population of Ukraine, then you're going to be shit out of luck. Now yes, I am fully aware that GSC is a Ukrainian company, and therefore doesn't exactly hold Russians in the highest of regards right now. That, however, does not stop the decision to engage in such censorship from being completely egregious, which it is completely egregious. Hence why the games are currently running on a mixed rating, which to be fair is still an improvement from the mostly negative scores they had up until recently, but it is still very clear that a lot of fans are very unhappy with what GSC has provided here. The only good thing I can say is that at least if you already owned the original games, you get the remasters for free. But if anything, the fact that GSC is giving it away for free to fans of the original games, and it is still reviewing this poorly, should be a massive wake-up call. Uncensor the games, re-add in the Russian language options, and fix the bugs. That is ultimately what needs to be done to fix these re-releases. And with that in mind, I will of course endeavor to continue to keep my ear to the ground and keep you all informed should any more news come. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.